focus on me, like what you see, we going hard, blame it on me.
It's your boy Laid Back. Welcome back to my channel. We doing something different today though, man. Make sure you hit the like button, make sure you hit the notification bell. We about to go ahead and get into it, man. You see the title of the video, so you already know where we going with the whole Eminem and depression thing. So I was doing just a brief story how we got to this point. I was going back to Eminem's old music on my channel, and I was put up a poll and see which songs that my subscribers wanted me to react to. So we did a couple songs, you know, we did The Way I Am, we did Beautiful, we did Rap God. You know, we went back and did a couple old joints from Eminem. So when we did those, it made me think, because a lot of his songs had some stuff in there hinting about depression. So as we doing these songs, these Eminem songs, I keep hearing the same kind of theme going through his songs. It's a trend in his music about depression or not being accepted or those type of things. So it made me want to start doing some research on Eminem and is he depressed or is he not depressed? Because the last song I did was Beautiful, and I was reading y'all comments and y'all was saying like, yo, because I was talking about, yo, maybe he didn't want to be this big of a star that he became. You know, of course he wanted to rap and make music, but maybe he didn't want to get as big as he did. And I was reading y'all comments and y'all was like, well, I think you're right. I think that he just wanted to provide for his family and be respected from the people that he respected in music, but he never knew that he was going to be this huge of a superstar. And he just wanted, at the end of the day, to provide for his family, and just so happened he became this mega star. And now he can't really do too much because of his stardom. So it made me go back, and we're gonna do some research, man. It's 3 songs we're gonna dig into specifically. We're gonna get into Eminem Beautiful, that was released in 2009. We're gonna get into Eminem The Way I Am, that was released in 2000. And we also gonna do get into a little bit of Stepping Stone that he released on his Kamikaze album recently. So it made me just want to go back and look up some of the lyrics, see what he was saying, and I wanted to get y'all opinion too. Like, do you think Eminem deals with depression? So this is from The Way I Am. This is some of the lyrics, and he says, "I'm so sick and tired of being admired that I wish that I would just die or get fired and drop from my label. Let's stop with the fables. I'm not gonna be able to top on my name is." So it made me think like he's under a lot of pressure right now at that moment in time. You know, this song came out in 2000 or 2001, one of them or something like that. So he's under this pressure. He just put out this huge song, My Name Is, and now he's feeling the pressure of the label. And then, you know, we go down a little more into it, and he's saying, what school did I go to? What hood did I grow up in? The why, the who, what, when, the where, and the how. Till I'm grabbing my hair and I'm tearing it out. Cause they driving me crazy. I can't take it. I'm racing, I'm pacing. I stand and I sit. I'm thankful for every fan that I get, but I can't take a shit in the bathroom without somebody standing by it. Like the pressures of being famous now. Now you this huge star. You know, now you can't go out like you used to back in the day when you were just doing battles and stuff like that in Detroit. Now people know who you are. So I was on Rap Genius, and so they had this part highlighted, and it says, even in our celeb crazed society, I think we can respect the sanctity of the porcelain throne. The same idea is present in a song on the Marshall Mathers LP, So Far. He says in this verse, this always happens. 30 minutes from home, gotta lay a log cabin, and only option I have is McDonald's bathroom. Shady, what up? What? Come on, man, I'm crapping. Like, he's starting to express in his music like a true artist is, letting you know what they're going through in their life. So with that being said, that can start driving you a little crazy. Start, you know, fame is a dangerous drug. You know what I'm saying? Fame can really mess you up in the head. We've seen plenty of celebrities kill themselves over fame and drive into depression and drive into, you know, dealing with drugs and all that type of stuff. So you really gotta be careful. So this is another verse. This is from Beautiful, the song Beautiful. First, straight off the rip, I'm just so fucking depressed. That's his first line in the song. I'm just so fucking depressed. I just can't seem to get out of this slump. If I could just get over this hump, but I need something to pull me out of this dump. I took my bruises, took my lumps, fell down, and I got right back up. So in this part, they said M opens the song up with a confessional theme reflecting on how he currently feels, his addiction, and how he cannot get over it. Depression is a maddening catch-22. It saps you of energy, drive, motivation, and any sense of achievement. It can force you to isolate yourself, retreating further into your own head. Yet the way to overcome it is to force yourself to interact with the world, to fight your instinct to hide. Often there's a feeling of, I just need something to get me through this. That something might be drugs, or it could be compulsive spending or eating. There's a false belief that a temporary lift would allow you to snap out of your funk. As we saw on 2010's Not Afraid, M learned that it was hard work and dedication to his craft that would eventually pull him out of the dump/slump. So in this verse, off the rip, he talks about being depressed. You know what I'm saying? And this is back in 2000. It's 2018 now. So we're gonna go forward to another verse in Beautiful, and he says, I think I'm starting to lose my sense of humor. Everything's so tense and gloom. I almost feel like I gotta check the temperature of the room just as soon as I walk in. It's like all eyes on me. So I just try to avoid any eye contact, because if I do that, then that opens the door for conversation like I want that. He basically saying, I just want to be regular. Let's keep going. I'm not looking for extra attention. I just want to be just like you, us. Blend in with the rest of the room. Maybe just point me to the closest restroom. You know what I'm saying? I don't need no manservant trying to follow me around and wipe my ass. Laugh at every single joke I crack. Half of them ain't even funny like that. So he just want to be regular, but he's this mega star now. They don't even, that's an oxymoron. You can't be regular when you can't even go in a room and just be regular and people not say, like, he walks in a room and he's not even trying to make eye contact. So he's probably walking in a room like looking at the floor, because he already know if you look at somebody, they gonna be thinking that's an invitation for him to start talking. And he like, nah, I'm not really trying to do that. I just want to be Marshall. So it's the crazy drug of fame and celebrity that kind of drives, you know, people crazy. So we're gonna go into Stepping Stone. And this is off his Kamikaze album. So obviously this is 2018. Some of the stuff I was reading, like I said, was 2000. So this is 18 years later. In this song, this is what he says. It's 2002. Everything was totally new. We were globally huge, watching sales go through the roof. We wrote and we feuded. A multitude of homies who would bounce for no good excuse. We were so bulletproof. Wrote, souped, and soaked in our youth. Thought we was running till we lost the sole of our shoe. The death of duty broke us in two. We were thrown for a loop and none of us knew what to do. And at that time I was going through my own struggles too. Now he's talking about in 2002. So I wasn't in no condition to be coaching us through. Everyone tried to go solo. Really nobody blew. I was hoping they do, so I ain't have to shoulder the crew. The plan was put everyone in position so that they knew how to stand on their own. And I don't want to open up wounds. I just know that the oomph was gone when we go in the booth. Because the truth is, the moment that proof died, so did the group. So he's talking about back in 2002 what's going on. And even in this verse, he was talking about, I was hoping that somebody blew so I didn't have to shoulder the load of the crew. And let's go back to when he was talking about the way I am. I'm so sick and tired of being admired. I just wish that I would just die or get fired. Now he's talking about in 2018 how he was feeling in 2002, like, I don't even want to carry this burden. I was going through my own struggles with me trying to figure out my own life, and now I got to deal with trying to put y'all on and try to. So let's go to verse 3. This is Stepping Stone. Bacardi in hand, never thought the party would end. 1 minute your body is, but then your audience splits. You can already sense the climate is starting to shift. To these kids, you no longer exist. So The excerpt from this is, these lines allude to both D12 and M's solo career. M released his 9th studio album, Revival, on December 15, 2017. The album was revived negatively by both fans and critics. So this is Eminem, the biggest rap star in the world, dealing with the pressures of getting old inside of hip hop and your music not connecting. So let's keep reading more. Went from raining cats and dogs in this to tiny drops, little drips. And by the time your reign is over, you'll hardly be missed. You start thinking of the artists you diss, all the carnage you left. Is this the kind of karma you get for turning your back on Busy, I don't know this name, Cloneva and Swift? He said, I ain't feel so much guilt and y'all didn't harbor resentment, but it's hard to pretend that y'all ain't got none. I just wish I had words, but I guess there just are none for this. To my partners, I can't say how sorry I am. This is not how I planned for our story to end. I love all of you men, but I just can't be the guy everybody depends on for entire careers, because that's not even fair. I will always be here, but the spark isn't there, and I don't know how to recapture that time and that era. I've tried hearkening back to, but I'm fighting for air. I'm barely charting myself. Feels like I'm on a descent, but it was not my intent. So in that excerpt, like, they said pretty clever wordplay on air and charting. He's fighting for airplay on the radio, trying to have a hit record, so he's barely on the charts. Revival only had 2 charting singles, River and Walk on Water, reached 11 and 14 respectfully on Billboard Hot 100. So he's basically saying, like, bro, like, I'm fighting a fight now too, because he was fighting the fight back then, like, how you gonna top my name is. So now you come back with Revival, people not really messing with it. How do you think he's feeling as an artist? Artists are some of the most sensitive people out here, and that's a fact. Like, we have to feel, I'm an artist, so we have to feel, we have to go through emotions. All that stuff comes out into our music, so we feel a lot. We feel positive, we feel negative, we feel encouragement, we feel discouragement, we feel a lot. And so for him to drop Revival, which he felt like he put, you know, one of his best foot forward, and it's not be accepted by his fans or the critics that well. Of course, his fans that did like it. Of course, yeah, of course, you know what I'm saying? But the overall consensus was this wasn't his best work. So then he come back out and he's like, bro, I'm trying to fight and trying to see how to get back in the swing of things. And he's Eminem with this huge fan base. So imagine the toll that it's taken on this dude, man. And that's when he comes with Kamikaze. We would have never got Kamikaze if we would have never got Revival. If we would have never got that negative backlash from Revival, from Joe Budden. Now think about the whole Joe Budden thing. Joe Budden was saying, like, even he trashed Revival, was like, yo, I'm not feeling this, I'm not liking this, I'm not liking the rollout. Now Eminem was a dude that signed Joe Budden. So imagine how that makes him feel, like, yo, I put money into you, I invested money into you to help your career, and then this is what happens. His homie Proof passed away. D12 is in shambles. Revival is not doing well. We all know he had problems with drug addiction and stuff like that back in the day, trying to deal with his depression. He said in his song that he was going through depression back in 2000. You never see him out anymore. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's more secluded than ever. Just imagine, man, like, what this dude going through, man. So it just made me want to do a little deep dive on Eminem and get inside of his mind and see if he's really, how he's dealing with the depression. That he's a huge superstar. He's a phenomenon. You know what I mean? Like, I can just imagine the immense pressure that's on him from his fans, from himself, even from other artists, from media outlets. He's always been at odds with media outlets and stuff. Like, they've always clashed. But now it's certain artists, even in the industry, that's clashing with him. And even like inside of his team. So I just think it was just something very interesting to get into, man. Y'all let me know in y'all comments below. Do you think he's depressed? Or has he been dealing with depression for 18 years plus? That's crazy, man. I want to know what y'all think, man. Like, I was inspired by a lot of y'all comments in the comment section talking about this. And actually just going back and listening to some of his old music as a fan. And starting to hear it differently with different ears as time passed on. So y'all let me know in the comments below, man, what you think. Like, do you think he's depressed? Is he out of it? Is he still dealing with it? And what are some of the things that you do to deal with depression if you do go through depression? Like, do you turn to music? Do you turn to vices? Like, what do you do? And if anything, man, if you're dealing with depression, man, talk to somebody. Let somebody know, man, and really get it out there that what you're going through, man. So it's your boy Laid Back, man. Self-love and positivity, man. Fire Squad, I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Hey, bow, 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 bow.